Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's Neenah the Crazy Geek Crafter, and this is my final project with the Christmas cards, or Yuletide cards as I call them. It's a list of the things on the screen, almost. I have 10 card bases, I have some leftover cardstocks from another project, I have some snowflakes, dies that is, and some cardstock for that, some white as well for the snowflakes. And yeah, let's get crafting. And I hope you can't hear that. Jana is really, she really wants to be with me right now, but hopefully you can't hear her. She's a bit sad. Her daddy is at a Christmas party, so she only has me. But yeah, I had these left over from another project. It was in some lives I did where I made an advent calendar with books. And these were the pattern papers I used, and these are the leftovers, so I figured I'd use them for cards, because I really like the color scheme of these. They're made by a Norwegian company called Papirdesign, and yeah, they're just right up my alley, and especially the colors. So I'm just fiddling around with the first one to see how it goes, and I'll speed up the next 5 I make in the same design scheme. But back to these will be the last Christmas cards I make. There's been some changes to the post system in my country, and right now I pay 12 Danish crowns to send a letter, and it will be with the recipient in 5 days' time. Now, what can I buy for 12 crowns? I can at least buy a liter of milk. I can't quite buy a package of butter, but I should be able to buy a liter of milk. Now, when the new year starts, that price will go up to 25 crowns. So from 12 to 25. And when you send a lot of cards, that really runs wild all of a sudden. So now I have to forgo more than 2 liters of milk to send out 1 card. Oh, that's just... yeah, that's a lot of money. So I think this will be the last year I do this, because it's getting too expensive. And of course I could hand deliver them, but I won't be seeing everyone I normally send cards to. There are some family and some friends that I don't get to see during the holiday time that I still want to send cards. But if I give out to some and not to others, I would feel bad. So I think I'm just going to drop it all together. That does mean I'll have more time for Christmas decorating projects. Like right now on my lives, I am doing a tiny village, which I started years back by making the houses, and it's just been in my to-do box ever since. And yeah, now they are finally gonna become Christmas decorations. So it will leave more time for that in the future, but I am a bit sad about the cards. I do like making Christmas cards. Maybe not the big batches that I've been having to make lately, but yeah. It is what it is. So, but I did lose some footage of me making the other 5 cards for this, which is very unfortunate. But it is kind of the same process. I cut the papers down to size, and then I use a normal Scotch tape on the back side to keep the pieces together, so that they look like one continuous panel. And look at these colors, they're just beautiful. Yeah. Well, you might know this, but I love blue. I really do. And even for Christmas. Look at the different tones here, you know, light blues, really dark like navy blues, and then more gray dusty blues. It just, yeah, I love it. I love it. So now I'm ready for the next 4 cards here to be put together. This is my normal process. I make one, and then I mass produce the rest, because now I know the process. And I like to use a straight edge when I am assembling things. So that's why I have my Scor-pal out here. And it actually works out quite nicely to put these together. Just have to make sure that every piece is the right side up. And I just trimmed the edge that got a bit wonky because these were cut separately, so they're not completely the same down to the last millimeter or quarter of a millimeter, or how much it is, because it's just still visible when it's that little. So let's glue these onto some cards and jump on over to the next interesting part. I have been using the same sentiment for all my cards this year, and they are made with a laser printer, and that's on purpose because that makes it foilable with my Minc machine here. And I have 2 colors I want to try out, a light blue and a silver. I figured that would go perfectly with my cards, so I just need 5. I take 5 of the white ones where the text will be foiled, and then 5 of each of the black ones where it will be the background that is foiled and the text will be white. And I was having this thought that I saw another crafter, I can't remember who, it's so annoying that when I can't remember I give credit, but when she was making hot foiling, she taped down the cardstock and the foil so nothing could shift. And I figured I could do the same with mine because I have had some shifting issues. And I'm just going to foil them in paper after last foiling. My last foiling experience, I had some over foiling on my carrier sheet, so now I'm just going to use paper. But there's a lot of cutting and taping, and it turned out pretty nicely, if I must say so. To begin with, it looked like that the blue ones had overfoiled a lot, but I actually found out it's because the plastic didn't take the foil off, so I can actually dust it off with a brush and everything looks neat again. Here I'm just trying to scratch it off, but then I noticed that it's actually coming up quite easily. So I take a brush and I brush everything clean. So they were perfect underneath. since I had so uniform pieces, this all went very smoothly. It's really conveyor belt work this just one step at a time, then finish all the cards with that step and move on forward. So, but I do like them a lot, and I was happy I had these scraps left over that could hopefully put a smile on someone else's face. Yeah, so it was this week's it was this week's project. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll be back next week for another project, probably not one with cards though. Until then, I hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night.